Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video I wanted to talk about a new Sonic event and all the other stuff, So you see some races with the Sonic cars and just random multiplayer gameplay, some gameplay from N9 China in the end where there was a season for the Lego cars, but I got only to play with the Chevrolet one, so yeah, whatever. But yeah, let's talk about the new Sonic event. So that's a really nice event. You can lock cars like the class Porsche Club Sport, the A class one, the new SSC, which is okay, not really a great car since it has bad float. I can't remember. Well, there is the Donkerwood, which is a nice C-Class car. There is the E10, which of course probably everybody already has, so we don't really talk about it. But you have a free decal for it, so that's nice. You have the Apex, which is pretty decent car. One of the best car hunts when it comes by because it has incredible drop rates. So if you see a car hunt for that car and you don't have it at max, I suggest finding it. And yeah, I forgot the last. Oh yeah, the Ruelto, which is the second key car. I think a lot of people already have it. In 2023, I think they gave the key for free, so not a problem. But it's good, nice to be able to 6-star it or getting close to that. Unfortunately, they changed the shop once again, and it's now 1 free refresh per day, not 2. So refreshing with tokens will be even more important. But yeah, whatever. Everybody in the ALU server is suggesting packs, but that's not gonna happen. And the spotlight event can never be as good as the extravaganza one. I even saw somebody say like they should bring back the extravaganza one in the next year or so. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. That's not healthy for the game, so just forget about it. That's unfortunate reality. They can't bring out events like that every year. But yeah, aside from all this, there is pretty big issue with the Sonic event, which is if you want to get every single decal, which are 4 separate ones that you have to buy in the shop and the 2 ones you get in the Spotlight Pass, you have to spend 60 euros. At least for me it's 60 euros, might be different in dollars, but 60 euros, which is a pretty big price. The decals are sold separately at 10 euros each, and the Spotlight Pass is 20 euros, which I think it's too expensive. I don't think the Spotlight Pass should be that expensive compared to the Legend Pass. On the Gameloft Club website you can get it for 60 euros, but that's still pretty expensive. I know it contains 2 decals, which will probably be sold separately at 20 euros, but I think that shouldn't be the price when you compare it to the Legend Pass or the Unite Pass, however you want to call it. So yeah, the price is not right, and just in general having the decals for 10 euros each, that's also really expensive. Not sure why they have to make it then like that. It's pretty annoying because I thought I kind of wanted to buy one or a few of them, but nope, that's kind of expensive, and I don't really wanna waste 10 euros into that. And unfortunately, they probably won't do anything like special codes. It will be cool if there were like some codes you can get maybe from the streams of the other YouTubers. There's some future YouTubers like Amog or yeah, those Sepia, you know, maybe they have some exclusive codes that Gameloft gives them, but no, we don't even have that, so you're forced to spend a lot of money if you want these decals, which is really unfortunate. And yeah, got me to thinking about suggesting one thing in the ALU server, but that got already overshadowed by other dumb complaints about Spotlight and stuff like that. I might link my message in the description or somewhere if you want to upvote it, because I think it's a good addition for the game if you read through the message. I know some people probably are banned in the ALU server. There are a lot of people which are banned, so yeah, maybe some of you are also banned, which will be unfortunate. Yeah, aside from that, a decent event. If you have played for a while and have like the Porsche 3-star, the reward, yeah, you can get the keys without too many problems, I think. Moving on, there is something to say about the new Mercedes, and I think it got way too much hate for what it is. Like the stats, everybody's complaining that it's not a king or anything. The stats are mid. No, that's not really true for me. I feel like this is a buffed Uhaira BC, which is already a pretty decent car, but basically this goes like 5 kilometers per hour faster, slower than the Uhaira. The Uhaira goes like 282 with nitro, this goes 377 with nitro, but I think it is a little bit better acceleration. The nitro is like somewhat worse, but still you can compare. The nitro is not too big of a deal, it's still pretty long, and the drift is way better. You know, both cars are kind of floaty with the drift, but this is much sharper drift radius, you know, which is the only flaw with the Uwaira BC, that while floaty, it doesn't keep that as much speed as it could, you know, because it kind of goes wide, so that's sometimes the float is not really an advantage for that car, which is why most of the times, even in straight tracks like Nevada, it can lose to the Vanda, which doesn't really make sense. But yeah, I think this car could be way better than the Huayra, and so I don't think it's a bad car. I think the 8 is not, you know, there is no reason for all the 8. It's a pretty competitive car for the mid of A class, or definitely not as good as like the Tech Cruise and stuff like that. But that's fine. A car, they don't need to introduce things every update, and just because the car is cool, you know, I think so people in the comments complain, or somebody saying about the Nürburgring times era life. I think that if you're still comparing era life to ALU, yeah, that's not really how it works, because most cars, people who play the game for a lot of time already know that it's not always realistic, the stats when they come to ALU. Like take the Aqua NSX, the GT3 one, or whatever it's called. It's barely better than the normal Aqua, because it has lower acceleration, but it's agile, and that's what it's better at. But just slightly faster. There are a lot of cars which have the racing versions that are worse or very little bit better than, just a little bit better than the normal ones. Like the Senna GTR, that car is worse than the Senna. So yeah, I don't think it still makes sense to compare era-like cars to ALU in terms of stats, because they've proven that it's not really realistic how they make the stats, and that's fine. It doesn't need to be like real life. But yeah, enough of this complaining. I think might be kinda annoying to hear me complain. So yes, there are some other events. There is a Mistral event for those who don't have it unlocked or have it, I think, at low stars. There was a guy complaining that he has it at 4 stars and doesn't see it, the event, but another guy is saying that he has the car but he can see it. So I think if you have it even at 2 stars, you can maybe see the event still, or if you have it, or if it's just unlocked in your garage. But yeah, pretty decent events. If you have it uses the Total Striker, the Hyundai, the S-Class one, and a few other cars, the Nissan, the V-Class one, the last Grand Prix, no, the Toyota, yeah, last Grand Prix, and I forgot the other one. It doesn't really matter. You can get a bunch of blueprints, but the rewards are okay-ish. Not, you know, it's a pretty decent event. You can probably unlock it if you have some of this car at 5 stars. And yeah, you can be another one of those rank abusers. Alright, is there anything else? Yeah, there is the linked event, the British Tour 2.0, if you wanna call it like that, since it's kind of the same structure of event. That's pretty nice to see it return, so yeah, I'm happy about it. No, I might be able to finally unlock the Countach, which is a pretty fun car. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say, for this video. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments if you want. But yeah, see you.